Respected Professor K.K. Chaudhary, Director Heritage Business School, Mr. Sounak Ghosh, the Speaker of the Day, faculty colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, and my beloved students. Good morning to one and all present here. I, Dr. Bobby Basu, teacher in charge, Heritage Business School, take this pleasure to welcome you all to this webinar. At Heritage Business School, apart from academics, we organize industry institute interface sessions on a regular basis, where we invite experts from corporate and academia to interact with our students and share their vast experience so as to enhance their practical knowledge. Today, we are very happy to have amongst us Mr. Sounak Ghosh. He's the Senior Manager, STP Limited, a Berger Group company. A brief profile about Mr. Sounak Ghosh. He's an MBA from Institute of Engineering and Management, Kolkata. He did an executive program on digital and social media marketing strategy from Indian Institute of Management, Calcutta. He also completed a course on product management on mastering bitumen for better roads and innovative application from École des Ponts Paris Tech, France. Mr. Ghosh has over 12 years of experience in sales and marketing and digital strategy in various organizations of repute. Presently, he's working with STP Limited, a Berger Group company, as a senior manager, heading 3 business verticals: power, oil, gas, and pipeline for Eastern India and neighboring countries of Bangladesh and Bhutan. Apart from work, photography, and traveling keep him going. A very, very welcome to you, Mr. Ghosh, to this webinar. Mr. Ghosh will be speaking on the topic digital marketing strategy, the future. As you know that digital marketing basically refers to an umbrella of activities that the marketers use to promote their products and services through online activities. In fact, this field was already booming pre-COVID-19, and because of onset of COVID-19, it has accelerated because of accelerated use of online activities. I would now request our director, sir, Professor K.K. Chaudhary, to say a few words. Over to you, sir.
Good morning once again, Mr. Ghosh. We are very happy that you have accepted our invitation and share your views to our students this morning. So digital marketing is very interesting area. So there are papers in this syllabus, but a person with experience like you should share a different perspective. So maybe digital marketing from the point of view of B2 business, B2B or B2C. So where lies the importance and how far in B2B the digital marketing is being used? So maybe maybe a wrong question, but question is you know better than all of us here that these dimensions are emerging and very important of tomorrow's marketing means digital marketing. And now it has been entered into the customers' house, business houses also. But certainly the magnitude will increase day by day. And to that extent, the knowledge part is not very much. So we'll be happy to hear from you the basics as well as the new road ahead on this. Once again, I welcome you. And before the program, we had a 1 minute, 2 minutes chat. So I'm sure that we'll continue our chat in future, and we'll be happy to invite you in our campus as soon as this lockdown period will be ended, and hopefully the classes will start from December onwards. Once again, I welcome you, and please go ahead. We'll be eager to hear you. Thank you, Mr. Ghosh.
A very good morning to all. I think we are in an age. Now, before I start, I was just discussing with Dr. Chaudhary that it always feels great to back in the campus, back in the classroom. Though I'm back, but I'm back digitally or virtually. So I would like to know from you students, basically, what do you understand by the word digital marketing before I start? Anyone can unmute and share one or two lines.
So I feel that anything that is done virtually. So Ayush Gupta here from second year. So I
Correct.
would just like to say that anything that is done virtually over a platform, like say suppose email, like we are doing an online classroom, any sort
Right.
of online platforms that we use virtually is digitally done. So this may act as you know an online platform for us. So it's done digitally.
Right, Ayush. So let's move on and see what digital marketing is all about. Digital marketing or social media marketing is a topic which requires which has few aspects which require in-depth what you call uh, studies into it. So today, what I am planning to do is to give you a brief of how to strategize your digital marketing, how to plan your digital marketing strategies, the tools and the technical part I'm leaving out, like SEO, like scrollers and all. Those are itself say a 1 week of a learning. So I'm leaving out those part right now. So I'm giving you a brief of what digital marketing is all about, how it is different from the traditional way of marketing, how to strategize it, and if time permits, I will share a very small case about a company. Uh, it's Ramco Siemens, a brick and mortar kind of a company. How it has used business intelligence and digital platforms to their advertising segment. So let's start. As we were telling, that digital marketing is the use of internet connected device to engage customers. The basic ethos or essence of marketing remains, and we are only using the digital channels to promote and market our products and services to the consumers and businesses. This channel has basically evolved in the last say 5 years or so, and after the COVID, this has erupted, and this channel will keep on increasing. So, what is the change that has happened in the basically in last few years? It was books to ebooks. Now it is from DVDs to streamed movies to OTTs, from music CDs MP3 to Ghana.com. These are the basically changes from snail mail or like the postal mails to the emails, from magazines, hard copy magazines, newspaper to online blogs. So this is the transformation that has happened. When the transformation of this kind of has happened, your platform changes. So how do you adopt the change in your platform, and how do you engage as a marketer? Or how do you engage your customer in that? How do you keep that interest level of the customer to this media, and how to attract more customers is the main concern of a digital marketer. So this was a common sight few years back. People queuing up for paying the electricity bill. Nowadays, you can do that from ease of your home and from your office, wherever it's comfortable to you. Though there are queues, but those queues have it's like way less than what it used to happen. So what we can tell is that digital marketing has made your life simple. Like, for example, this virtual classroom, we are sitting in your office or in your home. We are comfortable. We are far more, it's far more easier for us like 11:30 classroom, you have to be prepared. Say 9:30, you take a bus or a car, reach your college. Now it's like you wake up at 11 and 11:30, you are in the classroom. So digital platform has given you the basic ease. The customer is at ease here. Uh, Next context of change. Anybody? What is happening in the picture? Any idea?
Tatsa Damania from first year here.
Great.
Sir, these are people who are shopping and waiting in the queues or going outside, waiting for the cinema halls. In the second picture, waiting for the movie to start, and in the third picture, sir, they can shop online. They are watching the movies online. They do not have to go anywhere. They are at home in their comfort zone and doing all the things online in their comfort zones.
Prakhar is your name, if I got it right.
Tatsat, sir. TATSAT. Tatsat.
Okay. You are right in every way, but these are men waiting for wives to complete their shopping. So yes, it's all about being at ease. So this
Good
is
example.
So this is a change that the digital media has brought to our daily lives. Again, change. This used to happen, say, 15 years back, but now you don't need to ask anything. You need to just type an address and you reach the place. I think this picture is self-explanatory. Let's start how say a brand X with the digital media, you can communicate to the customer directly. So it's a direct approach to the customer. You can customize your approach to that segment of customers or to that particular customer. It's also possible if you are doing a niche kind of a product. So you are basically placing your product according to the taste of the customers. So this is a communication channel that has evolved because of the digital space or digital sphere. This is also a part where the customers interact with the customers. They share their experiences with one another, and word of mouth or this kind of marketing are far more effective nowadays. You interact, say if you are buying something, you always check on the peers, you always check on the reviews. The reviews are given by the customers who have taken the products previously. So your buying decision is somewhat influenced by other customers. So it is very important nowadays to know your customers, to know how you communicate to your customers, and to deliver what they want and when they want. So you always have to be you always need to know what the customer is wanting, rather than forming a marketing plan on your company's vision or so. You need to now be more into how the customer what the customer is seeking to and what the customer is wanting. Previously, there used to be a lot of marketing campaign which used to be on the basis of what the company was thinking that they want to do it, say in 5 years' time. So it was their vision that was being marketed. Now the products and the services are designed in such a way which emphasizes a lot on marketing of which emphasizes a lot on the demands and the likings of the customers. So market research and designing the products or designing the services as per the needs of the customer is the far most important thing right now. This digital media, it is based on different channels. So every channel, it has its own complexities. For example, if you take the mobile stuff, mobile is hardware. Any handset is a hardware. Platforms can be Apple, can be BlackBerry, Android, etc. The manufacturers will be like Samsung, your Apple, Huawei, LG, HTC. Your browsers will be Opera, your normal the different browsers are there, and the carriers will be Airtel, Vodafone, etc. So each touch point has its own complexities. I have just defined one channel, which is like a mobile channel. So it has its own complexities, and you have a scope to design your marketing stuff depending on the channel. Like a carrier will design its marketing stuff for the mobile what called the mobile channel in their respective. So basically we need to plan, and what we need to do is that we need to plan it according to the digital requirements of the channel. Once we are doing that, we have to keep in mind the few basic things like this. For example, in-store device or kiosk that was not there a few years back. So in-store device or kiosk for, say, taking a customer feedback has to be placed in the right place, has to ask the right set of questions, not a very kind of a long questionnaire to bore the customers. Some easy steps just to fill in the overall experience. If you tend to bore the customers, it is seen that people tend to give say a fair review rather than giving you a very good or a good review. So like your company websites, previously not much focus was given on the website, say 20 years back. Now it is the main gateway. People, whatever they require, they Google it, and once they Google it, they land to your and if you are doing your scoring or AdWords right, you land on the top 3 or 4 in the search list, and the customer lands in your website. So the website should be should have the ease and should give a flow of information it's quite smoothly. Moreover, that website now has to be designed in a way that it is also being flexible, and it is user friendly while you are using it in a tablet or a mobile, because the search, if you look at the search patterns from laptops or desktops, it has now shifted to mobiles or tablets. So whatever you design, it should be compatible with your handheld devices, basically. So these are the things that you should keep on your mind when you are designing or when you are planning for the for your digital channels. This is like Wi-Fi and all is now. It was once very free Wi-Fi was a big time things for us. The places where there used to be a free Wi-Fi, say a cafe offering a free Wi-Fi, was the hub spot for people where we used to go in, plug in our computers and do some work or something like that. But nowadays, Wi-Fi and all is everywhere. And so basically, computer, internet are the basic things, basic demands, like what it has been given in this picture. If you are in a deserted island, previously it could have been books, could have been something else, but now internet with computer, or now it has been cell phone and internet access would be the right kind of a demand. So this is an opportunity. As a digital marketer, this is an opportunity that you get. Apart from doing the traditional form of marketing or traditional marketing channels, this digital is a channel that gives you an opportunity to reach new customers, new what you call new age groups, like say for example, students can now be students was previously like for books, for university studies and all, they were the target customers. But now the students can be a customer for a bike manufacturing company, or say a tech company based out of US doing some kind of a product. they can have a customer base in, say, India, because it was previously a physical store or a physical thing that was required, but now it's all digital. The shops and stores are on cloud, and what you do is that you access them through a digital media. You check the offerings of the company, you match it with your requirements, you value it, you check the value proposition of the company, and if it matches your requirement, your stuff, and you then do a transaction online. So you are not visiting the place physically. You are checking the stuff online, and you are buying it online. And so this is a platform that has been added to the marketing platforms or marketing places in very recent years. And it is a platform, believe me, will going to increase day by day and stay for a long, for sure. So what is the impact on digital marketing? For brand awareness, these are percentages, or these are studies that can share. The percentage might change on a day-to-day basis. So previously, if a company was doing some kind of a brand awareness strategy on TV, the awareness lift was 17%. But if you are doing TV and online, it is found that around 45% awareness increases. So what is the advantages of digital marketing? It gives you a level playing field. It reduces cost. By terms of reducing cost, can anyone tell me how it reduces the cost?
Yes, sir, Tatsat here, I would like to try one point in reducing cost.
Yeah, try.
Sir, if a company has done something on the online sector and has shared some post or something, and I liked it or I am in favor of that thing, even I share. So it brings up a chain when people share, and the company does not has to reach each and every people practically via the newspapers. Every home it has to be reached. But I have shared, so it started a chain also.
Right. So the customer acquisition things cost reduces, and you reach to customers with chain. What you have said is correctly said. You help the product or service reach to places where you are the media. And it's very simple to measure. There are websites, there are systems that can check what is what is how best you rank in the search things. I will come to that. How many people are visiting your websites? What is the time they're spending on your websites? How many are signing in, and how many are so like all the things can be measurable, and there are tools for doing that. The tools are again an extensive subject, so which I won't be covering. But yeah, there are tools. There are sites which can help you do all this. So yes, greater exposure, real-time measurements. You can real-time check what your product is doing, where it has reached, and so you are basically live every time on a digital media. So let's come to the digital marketing strategy. Strategy is something which is being done, say, from 33,000 feet. Like when you are flying, it's like a bird of prey. You look from the top, you pinpoint something, you plan, you come down and pick it up and move. So strategy is like seeing it from a very macro level. It's a long-term perspective kind of a stuff. Strategy is understanding and designing of management for defining the process. You have to define your process. You have to define what you want to do, and so defining whatever is your customer, whatever is your company stuff is very important. And how well you define will help you to build a marketing strategy around it far more stronger way. Then you need to, after you have defined that, you need to develop it, and then you have to deliver it. The essence of developing a marketing strategy for a company is to ensure that the company's capabilities are matched to the competitive market environment in which it operates. and not just for today, but for foreseeable future. So basically, what is the business doing now? What is happening in the environment? And what should be the business doing in the next future is also to be ascertained while you are developing a marketing strategy. Whatever your strategy you develop, always remember one thing. There will be paid forms to promote your strategy. There will be unpaid forms to promote your strategy. There will be a lot of tools to promote your strategy. I'm talking all about digital tools. Always remember the content that you prepare should be of utmost importance. Like the choice of AdWords. AdWords are the words which say, example, Asian Paint is a company which manufactures paints and adhesives. So if you search in Google decorative paint and in India, you will get, I think you will get Asian Paints or Berger Paints in first one or two names on your first in your Google search page. It is found by Google that maximum of the customers tend to click the first 1, 2, 3, and which percentage is around 80%, and the rest will keep itself limited to the first page of the search. Nobody, or very 5-7%, I'm not sure about the percentage, I'm not remembering it correctly, but a very small percentage of people basically shift to the second page of a Google search. So as a company, as a marketer, you need to be on the top 1, 2, 3 or top 10 basically. So how do you do that? Because that's what you require to draw a traffic to your web page, draw traffic to a company's page. Any ideas? How do you keep yourself in the top set 10 of your search? What happens is that like for a company, say, like I give you an example of Asian Paint company. What kind of things people search for a paint? Decorative paint, industrial paint, 3D paints. So these are all our key or keywords basically for the search. And as a marketer, we need to plan our keywords which should be there in our web page, present amicably everywhere, so that whenever a person is searching that, Google, basically what there are a lot of search engines, but very popular is Google. Google send crawlers. Crawlers are like small searching people who go and find these words from the millions of websites that there. People is just there are no people. There are all codes and software. There are all internal codes that they send, and they find the best possible websites which have those keywords there. And once the crawler finds those keywords, and they basically calculate how relevant those keywords are. To check how relevant they are, the example is that you can be on top 1, 2, 3, but people visiting it and finding it not worthy and just moving out of that site in few seconds or minute will not help you being relevant, though you are on the top 1, 2, 3. A customer checking in your website should spend a certain kind of time, should go visit the second page, should check a lot of things. So Google finds it that you are relevant. These are algorithms and all that Google doesn't share with anyone. That is their own stuff. And this crawler algorithms, these are all the technical part of digital marketing. It's all an extensive subject, which I won't be covering it today because this all requires quite an extensive what we call study into it. So I'm just giving you a basic idea. So you need to prepare your content in such a way that whenever if somebody is searching, you need to know first what people type to search should type and should get you. So a paint company should not focus on keywords like say jewelry designing. So it should be like house painting, like car painting, or whatever. So it should know the keywords that people will search in the digital in Google, so that they can find them. they need to place the keywords rightly in the content of the website. And in order to be in the top 1 or 3, they can use paid medias, like they can pay Google. They can pay Google for the keywords and be available on the searches. But if you pay Google and if you are not relevant, you again fall down the ladder. So you have to pay Google. You have to be relevant. This Google payment is done by a bidding kind of a process. Again, that's a different subject. So that bidding, how much you are bidding for the keyword, like decorative paint is a keyword that is important for Asian, that is important for Berger. But how much you pay will give you a distinct. We can give you a distinct edge. Will is not the right word. It can give you a distinct edge over Berger or say Nerolac. Google never tells you that you will be 1 or you will be 2. It tells that you will be in the top page or top 10. So if you have a good content, you need to pay less. You will find that the content that has been inscribed in your web page or handheld device will normally draw the traffic so that you are on the top 10 or something. So basically, either you can pay and you can be on the top, or you can create a content in such a way that you pay less and still be on the top. So what I would suggest as young digital marketers, focus on the content, focus on the use of right keywords, focus on the relevance of the keywords, because digital marketing is a costly affair. It's not that you pay Google for one time and you are there for say a week or so. It's a war that is going on every day. You bid for those keywords on a period of say a week or so, and these are not cheap. So digital marketing for your company is not going to be a very you can develop an app that costs very less nowadays, but in order to be successful, in order to be on the top thing, you need to invest a lot. So your return on to get a better return on investment, the focus should be on the content, and focus should be on the right keywords. The focus should be on the relevance of what you want to, what you are trying to, what your keywords are drawing the customers to. So these are the basic understandings, a brief outline basically of how to do it. There are a lot of things in that. Each of what I was telling, like crawlers, like business intelligence, these are all like all a subject in all a subject which requires in-depth studies. So this is basically the framework planning that I feel is the right approach to a digital marketing stuff. We need to do a situation analysis. We need to basically do what our what you call just a second. Yeah, we need to basically find the e-marketplace, and we need to do a SWOT analysis of the e-marketplace. We need to do a analysis of our brand perception, the capabilities what we have, and the internal resources that we have. Basically, it tells where are we now, and it gives you a picture of the present situation of your organization. Now we need to define what we need to do, what we need to get into, what our objectives for the next say decade or is. So it comes to your basically 5S or the goals: sell, serve, sizzle, speak, and save. How do you it digitally? We will come to that in a next couple of slides. And how we get there. So what is the strategy? So we need to segment, we need to target, and we need to position our offering in the right way, and we need to create an online value proposition. The online value proposition is basically if you know the value proposition of any company, we need to form a value proposition which we need to review it on a day-to-day basis or a periodical basis. We need to target. We need to select a target audience. Your target audience selection is far most important, because your products, your strategy is designed to that target audience. So selection of the target audience depends how well you succeed in that stuff. We need to do a lot of research on the audience, and we need to we can also benchmark a value proposition. We need to define and we need to communicate our value proposition in the correct way. And lastly, we need to deliver, review, and improve. So it's a value proposition is a continuous frame that we need to do, which is quite similar to marketing strategy. Normally, it is quite similar to the normal marketing strategy. Digitally, the platforms are different. That's the only difference. Basically, then we come to the tactics. Here, the things changes from, say, a normal marketing, a normal brick and mortar kind of a product to a digital product or a digital marketplace. It's a mix of communication. It's a mix of social media and social networking communications that come in, that are used. The content strategy. Yes, the content strategy, what I was telling, is very important. You need to design it in a very, you need to invest a lot in your content, basically. You need to plan an e-campaign. How will you do it? Where depending on your product, which channels you will target, like what are the channels you will give you advertising into? Like Diwali coming in, you give a ad in Facebook for a light company for handmade diyas. This is the time that you can focus your ads in different social media pages. But a handmade diya in a page, like, say, for example, which only sells hardwares, or which only sells software computers, is not probably the right way. This now people are more inclined to, say, to buy gifts on Amazon, or wish their relatives in Facebook or Flipkart to buy commodities. There are the places where you can place your ads. You can highlight your products. So you need to campaign that. You need to form a plan for that, and that plan has to be depending on your product you're offering, and you should choose your digital channel the correct way. So then comes the action. So you need to plan it. Who are going to take the responsibility? If you require, you need to appoint an external agency. There are a lot of agencies which can help you in formulating the marketing plan, to executing the marketing plan. And then comes basically the control, because you have invested in a lot of things. Like now, how to benefit out of that thing. So the 5 C's are like company, collaboration, customers, competitors, and climate. This I think you all know. Then web analytics, KPIs, site visitor profiling, like who are visiting the sites, what's a demographic age, what's the place they are visiting from. So you can get a taste of, you can get a knowledge of who the customers are drawing, whether those are the right set of customers that are visiting your site, or those you require some kind of a change. If you find that your campaigns are not drawing the right set of customers which you feel will buy your product, so then you have to go back and change your campaign, or you need to review your campaign, basically. So the site visitors, basically these are all real time. You can check it on real time, and you can check what is the frequency, how many people are going. Say you will find a lot of people checking in and not buying. So you need to check why they are checking in and not buying. So those are the different types of, while you sell a product, those are different types of things that you will be facing in digital things, where you will find people who are checking online and buying offline. So those are the things you need to keep in mind, and you need to check whether once they're buying it offline, why they are buying it offline, and whether they're buying it offline from a channel of yours or they're buying it from a competitor. So these are the stuffs that needs to be changed, and you need to basically formulate your strategy along it. And thus this kind of tools are very easily available in digital marketing, where there are a lot of where you can check whatever in real time, whatever you have campaigned, whether it's working or not working, whether you require some fine tuning or not. So those tools and all is again a detailed thing, and so those are available basically. So touching the customer is very important nowadays. So we can touch the right customer. Basically, we need to connect the customer. We need to connect with with their intellect. We need to connect the customers to their demands, to some of the demands which they have within themselves. A value proposition or a good big discount. A customer might be having a liking for, say, a big television, but he was not comfortable with his budget or something like that. Diwali, Amazon gives a big discount, his latent demand would rise. He might feel, I was not thinking of buying it right now, but such a big discount, let's buy it on Amazon. So these are the how do you correctly touch a customer is very important. And as you are not interacting with the customer directly, so the physical work of a marketer or a seller is not present in this media. So you need to formulate a plan in a correct way so that your customer is virtually, his demands, his latent needs are being triggered rightly by your campaign, by your search marketing, by your different digital medias. You need to welcome him. You need to welcome the customer in the right way. This online attrition is a big part where people either visit your site, then move out of your site very quickly. They check your site. Once there is a sign in or a sign up, they fill up a couple of things and they don't do it. So you need to figure out why they're doing it. Sometimes the forms or the things that are being asked are quite extensive. Like I give you an example, Anand Bazar Patrika, you might know, have a yearly subscription plan where if you do it online, you get an additional discount. But when you feed in the data for online, you require to give your Aadhaar details or something like that. To get a newspaper, why do you require Aadhaar details? Or so people have stopped people, because Aadhaar is linked to a lot of things. People are, and this fraudulent stuff going around, people are skeptical about giving Aadhaar or linking Aadhaar to a lot of things. So newspaper last year that it was not there, but they have started this probably with 2020. They have probably started it, if I'm not wrong. So people were skeptical. You are paying for a newspaper subscription. Why that subscription requires an Aadhaar? It's not a banking transaction or something. So you need to see what your customers are skeptical about, why they are not doing it. And you need to plan and reduce that attrition levels. This attrition levels will be different from different platforms, different companies. You need to get your frequency right, like how many times you market, how many times in a day or a month or a week, depending on the product, depending on the services. You need to plan it right way, right channel, right getting the offer right. These are all important stuff. These are all the basics of marketing. So we move on to the various platforms in digital. That can be browser based, that can be desktop based applications, feedback based, and that can be That can be video marketing, social media marketing, browser marketing, mobile apps marketing, and gaming platforms. So these are the various platforms in digital marketing. There are platforms that keep on adding to it. So OTT has been added. There are a lot of many other platforms that keep on adding. The innovation is going. A lot of innovation is going on in this digital form. So the platforms will increase, and so will it. So will it increase the different complexity attached to each of its own platforms. So let us come to the main objective of a digital strategy. We need to sell, serve, speak, and save and sizzle. These are the 5 S what we know from the normal marketing perspective. So sell in there is a concept called ROPO, which is basically, I was telling, research online and purchase offline. We need to check that purchase is happening from your brand or for a competitor brand, and why the purchase is happening not on a not on a digital platform, and why it is happening on an old traditional platform. So you also need to, ROMPD is basically research on mobile and basically purchase on desktop. What the full form is all about, it's basically that whatever your digital thing that you have developed, it should be mobile friendly. Basically, people are researching on stuff on mobile these days more. If you need to buy something, you do Google it on your mobile. It's very less that you open a laptop and Google it. So what the site that you Google, say for example, you are entering to a site of say HP, the HP site should be mobile compatible. If that site is not giving you the right mobile compatibility, you lose the faith, it's a discomfort for you, and you tend to not to buy from HP, or you tend to say look for say Lenovo or Dell or a website that gives you the ease of working on a mobile. So that has to be kept in mind. Return ROM is return on marketing investment. How to grow is basically we need to grow on on how to sell your products. We need to plan our strategies on this. Hands-off matrix is a matrix by Professor Anscon. He's a Russian. He's probably a Russian. He has developed a matrix, which is like a BCG matrix, which basically gives you a strategy planning tool. Basically, it's based on future product and marketing activities. How whether you bring a new product, or whether you can add few things to your existing product, and how do you market that? It's all on that. I think you will be studying in your market research or marketing papers. Then how do you serve your customers? Through newspapers, through free advisors, like through social media, through customer engagement plans, like online customer engagement stuffs are being done by the companies. So, and how do you speak about your brand or your product? Yes, paid media is there, earned media is there, owned media is there, outbound, inbound marketing, content marketing, which I was telling is one of the most important stuff. The digital media channels to speak to your customer is basically your SEM, which is search engine marketing. You find if you are searching in Google something, you will find a small ads coming in, or 1 or 2 ads coming in. So small AD is written, so you can market your product that way, which are again relevant to what they are searching, but they are being highlighted on the top as they have paid for that. Online PR, you can always appoint people of you can always have people who the customers look upon to, and they do a PR activity and all. Online partnerships, interactive advertisement. You will find few advertisement in gaming nowadays, which is an ad, but you can play for that game for a few seconds. It's not a video that is going on and asking you to install it. It's an ad, that's a video which tells you to click, and you say, for example, a football game. It will tell you to play the game while that is going on for 30 seconds. That gives you that helps you to be a participant in that game, and a hands-on experience, and whether you, because seeing a video will not tell you whether you like that game or not. You might install it, but once you played it for the first time, you might uninstall it. But as a marketer, you want that game to be installed and that game to be with the user for a long duration of the time. So you want to give an experience. So you give that 30 seconds and ask your viewer to try out the game for that 5-10 seconds. So it helps you to give the user the first-hand experience, which again helps you to if then the user downloads it, it's like he has understood what it is. So in social media marketing, it's again a huge subject altogether. How do you market your product in a social media? Social media has different channels, like your Facebook, like your Instagram, like your Flickr. So all the channels have their own pros and cons. All the channels have their own ways to market. Your product and services also should tune up to the kind of customer base that they are having. So you need to basically tune in your advertisement campaign or social marketing strategy based on the social media that you are trying to use. This is again a very vast topic. We studied for around 2 months or so on social media only. This digital media saves in your transactional cost per acquisition is low, fixed cost is saved, savings in print and distribution costs. Sizzle, you create online value proposition. You target the latent demands of the customers in a better way. You can reach to the customers who you might have not thought of, basically. So basically, you reach to a lot of new customers, and you sizzle them latent demands, sizzle their and you create a stimulus for them to buy those stuffs, which they have probably thought of buying in, say, after 6 months or when I'm comfortable. But a good offer like this Diwali stuff and all, those are again a marketing stuff. It's not always that you get a great discount here, but that's a marketing stuff that a lot of people do. And it actually helps you to sizzle, and it actually helps you to stimulate your internal or latent demand. So measures of online customer engagement. In order to increase your homepage and non-homepage visits, you can use promotional messages across the sites. Bounce rate. You can check and find why people sign up. You can not only keep the sign-on page, or you can need to keep your sign-on page on the homepage, because people will, once they find your homepage relevant, and if they want to get into your subscription or whatever, then they should have the sign-in page on the homepage only. It should not be that they need to find it on the second page or something. People have less time. They needed to do it fast. And once they have made a decision to buy something, they want to execute very fast. So that ease should be there. The duration, navigations, heat maps, density tools, these are different tools to check that. Market outcomes, basically. Conversation rate and each steps. Conversation funnel, it should be there. What should be the funnel? How to welcome that? How to minimize their doubts, and how to bring that customer to your buying decision. Brand search, email activity. Develop a proper strategy. In what frequency of email should you send? The email should not be lying in your spam of your customer. You should inform the customer and check whether they are okay with getting emails from you. Otherwise, it will lie on their spam, and your cost, and this email marketing is also costly. So those stuffs goes in vain. So you need to profile the customer right. You need to have the content right, and you need to know whether the customer is willing to have that email in his inbox or not. So these are basically the engagement tactics that you need to follow while you design the customer engagement plans. This is basically the funnel that we follow while we plan a digital marketing strategy. First is to basically this field of digital marketing is very fierce, and it changes as it is. As you can do it real time, it changes also real time. You find yourself on doing on say top 10 this week, and next week you will find that some of your competitor is above you. So it's a fierce battle that you do. So you need to define your KPIs, your smart objectives the right way. You need to target your customers the right way. You need to position them in the right way. So defining all those is very important. Once you have defined that, when the buyer is looking for something, he needs to he say if he's looking for a television, your KPI, your smart objectives, or your positioning or the targeting of the segment of a customer, like say example. 105 85 inches of television, HD television should the marketing campaign should be designed to a certain set of customers. So you need to position that in the right way. When the customer is searching for that and finds you, now he is finding with a media that can be social network media, it can be blogs, it can be search engine. Once he finds you through that, he reaches to your website or any interactive tool, or he reads a blog about your product, and he finds whether it's worth, whether it's convincing, whether his demands are met or not. How do you measure that? Time on the site. If I am okay with your product, I will spend more time. I will get into the depth. I will check into the details of the product. And if I don't find it important or not according to my taste, I will just switch off it and check into some other stuff. Once the customer is deep into it, checking your products, checking your small nitty-gritties about your service or products, he then basically is just before the decision making. It's the most important decision making process where he is thinking of buying your product. So you need to have a process where the process is very easy. There would be a different options like pay by card, EMIs, and all. There are different digital options available. Your customer relationship yes, your customer relationship marketing stuff should be there. It should be an engaging one. It should be giving him the value of being a customer. He should feel that he is being valued. He is being valued and he's being taken care of. Then basically, once he's comfortable, he buys your product, and this is the place where the customer is thrilled, and he is your if he's satisfied, he will continue the chain, and he will probably pass on his comments as in a feedback that he has bought it and he's very satisfied, and he gives you a positive feedback, which is again helpful for finding a new customers through him digitally. So this is a channel that goes on, and this is basically the sales funnel that we follow in digital marketing. Coming on to the last part of my presentation, 4 Ps. So in marketing, the basics remains the same for digital as well. Product, promotion, place, price. It's same for any kind of marketing. So what has changed in digital marketing? We all know what a product is. Now the product was previously being something that is being created by a company. It was created, or it's a service or a product or a goods that was created by a company, which was their own invention or innovation or whatever. Now it is a customer-centric approach. It's like a co-creation. You can customize that. It is being created or depending on or keeping in mind the customer's customer know-hows or customers' demands or things. Like co-creation has make resources everywhere. Say for example, Byju's or Unacademy. This is an invention or an innovation which happened, which is possible only in digital. mygov.in, where previously there used to be a bureaucratic system in government departments where you have to go stand in queues, give this document, go 5 days for a simple thing. Now you can do it online. So this has been created for you. This Unacademy or Byju's is the platform where teachers are reaching to various students, not depending on the location, not depending on the geographical boundaries. So this product that is being co-created for the customers, and it is created with the demands of the latent demands of the customer needs. So promotion, advertising, and communication, you see the percentage of digital media, the investment is increasing. And if digital media, digital investment, digital marketing promotions are a costly affair. If you have to be in Google, if you have to be on search engines, you need to invest huge. If you search anything in Google, you will find Wikipedia giving you all answers. How come that's possible? And Wikipedia giving you all answers. Sorry. So Wikipedia giving you all answers how it happens because it pays Google to be on the top. What's changing? You are now investing on display ads, pay per click. These are basically the things that are being added in the advertisement forms, online sponsorships, email newsletters, white papers. So these are the new avenues for advertisements online. This is how you communicate with organizations. These are the new ways to communicate between organizations and customers. C2C will be eBay, Skype, and all. B2C will be transactional, will be Amazon. Brand building will be companies like Unilever. Aggregators will be companies like, say, Policy Bazaar. C2B will be MyGov, social media communities. B2B will be again M-Junction, India Mart. So these are the new online advertisement communications avenues, or the way the communication is happening nowadays. Pricing, this previously it used to be cost-based or value-based pricing. Now it is all dependent on the PWYW, which basically stands for your pay as you wish to. Basically, it basically gives you a basic online basic what you call benchmark of what you need to pay, and you can pay above that or below that. These are strategies used by Wikipedia, eBay bids. eBay bids are the price that a seller needs to pay so that he can be on the search pages of eBay's. PWYW stands for pay what you want to. So this gives the customer flexibility, and the customer is at the control, and he does not feel discriminated that I am paying X price, the next customer might bargain more and pay a price lesser than X. So it gives more satisfaction to the customer. So these are the pricing models that are present on digital: subscription, pay-per-view, bundling, freemium, free. These are the basic placement channels. How do we transfer the normal placement of channels? Inventory management, you need to have the inventory located in the right way. You can do it in a hub or a wheel and spoke way. You do not require a sales force which needs to meet the customers on physical basis, but you need to develop a team that takes care of your cloud-based marketing stuff. Channel management, you don't have a channel, you are directly selling. So channel management is quite different here. You need to design it in the right way. You're either a facilitator or you're manufacturing and sending it to the customer directly. Channel power and conflict management is something that you will be studying in your stuff. So distribution, this is a traditional form of distribution: manufacturer, distributor, wholesaler, retailer. Now it is a direct kind of a stuff where you are reducing the intermediaries, thus you are reducing the cost. These are basically the 5 mantras of digital marketing: relevance, reach, ROI, responsive, and that's it. In conclusion, internet marketing is all about this. This is a slide that comprises of everything. I have overshooted by around 15 minutes. You can have my presentation. You can check. I am probably not going to share the case study today, as I have overshot my time. So I first of all apologize that. And if you have any questions, any doubts, you are free to ask. That's it from my end.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sounak Ghosh, for such an interesting and insightful presentation. As we know that in today's context, internet plays a very important role in influencing consumers' behavior, and 89% of the consumer, they search their products online. So it is very, very important for a company to have a strong and dynamic presence in terms of search engine and email inboxes, and to have social media interaction with the customers, potential customers. We can see 2 questions in the chat box from our second year students. Ayush, are you there?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Ayush, can you tell me your question?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Yeah, please
So,
go ahead.
So good afternoon, sir. So my first question is a little bit technical. So it's based on digital marketing. So as a customer service platform, sir, like Zoho Desk. So it's basically used in startup companies like e-commerce companies. So what are your views on this, sir? As Zoho Desk is being used as a software, uh, as a customer service platform. Yeah. So how does it exactly be helpful to e-commerce companies?
Could you brief me what Zoho is all about? That's there.
So basically, so it's an online. It's e-commerce companies and startups use this. So it manages all the financial, marketing, and also the services that customer require. So it optimizes all these things.
It's basically what I understand. It's basically a digital. It's a marketing agency kind of a stuff which gives startups a holistic approach. It helps them holistically, because a startup might not be having all the departments. Like it not be having different digital marketing team, different marketing team to handle social media. So they are basically taking care of all those aspects in a startup company. That is what it is doing.
Right.
So see, what it depends in that. See, any kind of a strategy, it has to be either it has to be long term basically. Those short term strategies should be there. This kind of companies are again providing. It's basically helping them to fill the gaps. Like I have formed a startup, but I do not have many resources, so I am employing somebody to take care of those stuff. One thing is that your vision, or what you are looking forward to is best known to you. So it is advisable you do it yourself if it is possible. If your budget permits, if your funding is there, you do it yourself. If you invest in something which you are passionate about, because the passion or what you are looking out of it, what passion you will have, that organization will not have. But again, the advantage would be like you are not investing on a lot of stuff. You are basically outsourcing it to another company. You need to then monitor it quite well. For a startup, it sounds good because you are not investing on not investing a lot of human resource or not investing a lot of technologies. So you pay X amount and you get a desired results. So it is good enough, I think. Everything will have its own pros and cons. So
there was one more question that I shot you with.
Sure.
So exactly, sir. So there are some companies that are doing, like Berger is also going phygital in nature. So it's going physical and digital in nature.
Right.
So they are becoming ambidextrous in nature. So like I've seen. So what do they ask basically when you go for, as a fresher, sir? They also ask you for if you have been having a two-wheeler license, or you can travel. So these factors are also taken into consideration. So what are your take on this?
See, Berger, basically the product that it sells is paints. Okay. So selling a paint requires, see, in digitally, they are using digital channels to basically promote their stuff. They are using the channels to promote the brand, to promote the technologies, to increase the stimulus of a customer, to promote new technologies like dust-free painting and all. But the selling is still basically happening from the old traditional paint shops and all. India has not still got into that level where people are buying paints or something digitally. Yeah, they are shifting. They are giving orders for painting a house digitally. They are checking how the paint looks on their wall digitally. So those things are being taken care of on a digital basis. But the sales and service and those things are being still. The painting has to be done by a human being. That cannot be done digitally. So once a paint has to be done by a human being, you need to have your people out there. You need to train them. You need to train the painters. You need to train your applicators in the right way, so the workmanship is right. In case there is a problem, you need to have your company people going there, visiting that. There are physical stock damages. There are a lot of stuffs like the painters. They are still not so much digitally capable that they will procure a paint online. So they go and the transactional, to keep it short, the transactional part is still the traditional way, and the promotion and the branding part is under digital.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I would like to just add one point over here. Like online classes cannot replace your physical classes, right? Similarly, online marketing or digital marketing will not be able to replace traditional marketing altogether. There will be a mix of both. So that's I would like to add.
Oh, yeah, right.
So is there any other question? Yeah, there is one more question by Amrita Nayak. So Amrita, can you put here? Yeah, Amrita, carry on.
Good afternoon, sir. This is Amrita Nayak from Heritage Business School, second year. So as we SEO and PPC, so which one is better, like search engine optimization or pay-per-click, like better medium of social media marketing?
There is nothing called good better in that. See, it all depends on your product, your service, and what is your target audience, what is your target customers. So depending on your products and services, you need to design either a search engine optimization or pay-per-click or email marketing. So it all depends on where you are marketing it. What is your target customers? So it's what you are asking is very broad. So there is nothing. This is good. This is bad. There is nothing like that. It all depends on which thing that you are trying to market or the thing that you are trying to promote.
Exactly so. Exactly. So I'm sure you all have enjoyed the session and thoroughly enriched by his session. Thank you once again, Mr. Sounak Ghosh.